In this section, we're going to take a look at two additional features of DBT, which are seeds and packages, two things that you'll likely use at some point. So let's take a look at them one at a time. And the first one we'll start off with are seeds. So seeds essentially are just CSV files that you can add to your DBT project and then have them built and loaded into a table using a DBT function. You can declare where you want these to go and then use them in your project using the ref function similar to a model. And we won't spend a lot of time on this, but the one thing to say about seeds is that they really should just be more of like a lookup set of data. You don't want this as a replacement for loading data to your warehouse. Use it more as a reference, so small lookups. So I'll show you what we mean here and how we can add this to our project. So back in our project, in our DBT project YAML, we can see we have seed paths set to seeds. And so that means anything within here would be recognized as a seed in the world of DBT. And the way that we add one, like I said, it's just CSV files, is new file. You could have either dragged and dropped this into your file explorer some way, or you can just copy and paste, and that's what we'll do here. And I'm going to create one called my favorite Avengers.csv. And I will copy and paste some information in here. This is the header, and then we have a list of values here. So in this case, we're just treating this as a lookup. And the way first that we would even build this, like we said, DBT will build this in our warehouse. We can add another section in our project YAML. This has to be declared in YAML somewhere. And we can see this here on the documentation. It says DBT project YAML, seeds. You can say the schema that you want it to go to. So we'll do something like this. Let's copy this. You can get way more specific as much as you want. We're not going to cover that here. So let's copy this in here. Instead of seed data, which you could do in maybe a production real environment, I'm just going to use public because we already have public set up and we have access to it. So for the sake of training, this will be easy for us. And then the command to run all of your seeds is just dbt seed. Pretty straightforward. So it's going to look within your seed directory. It says we have this one, and it built the file at public because we just indicated the schema. My favorite Avengers, it gave it the name of the CSV file, insert 5 records. That's all we had. And so if we go back to Snowflake, refresh and go to our public schema of analytics dev, here it is. We can see 5 Avengers. Here are the names. Great. Now the way to use this in a model, let's say we want to reference these. We'll just go to Avenger details, and I'm going to add another CTE, bring this information in, and then use it as a join. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste for sake of time. Add another one here, alias it slightly different, join it, and then add a little statement here basically saying if this join, if there's something, if it's not null, that means it's true, and this is going to be a Boolean column, true or false, is favorite Avenger. So if it is null, it'll be false, meaning not my favorite Avenger. And so let's now run just this one. So we'll use the select flag, RPT Avenger details. If we go back into our Snowflake environment, refresh, we can see that the column now exists. It's Boolean. Let's preview it. And here it is, it's false. And again, this is only in dev. If we wanted to push this to production, we'd have to do similar to what we did last time. So we would do dbt seed target prod, and that would then push that seed to our prod environment. And all this is dependent on you having the correct credentials, I should say. So if we go now to analytics, public, here it is. And we can do the same command for Avenger details, target, prod. And this should deploy this new version now to production as well. Okay, reporting, Avenger details, preview, there it is. So that's a quick intro to how you could use seeds in your project. In the next one, we'll take a look at packages and how you can implement some things that have been built by the community into your own project.